Hello guys, welcome back. It's another week. Today I wanted to talk about learned helplessness. So I watched a YouTube video that is by the YouTube channel called Vertasium. It's a lot about science and things, but a video they made recently talked about a thing called learned helplessness. And it's about, let me see, the examples I used is he used to work at a department store in retail, and he was an employee, and there was a problem that came up. And he went up to his manager to get see like what he should do to get the problem fixed. And then the manager gave him a solution, and he thought in his mind, he's like, yeah, I really could have thought about this and figured out the solution myself, but I went to my manager to figure it out. And so you'll sometimes go to someone else for finding the solution, but you really could just do it yourself. And this also has to do with an experiment he talked about. I don't know how long ago, but it was, let's say the 60s, it was a while ago. Some scientists had two groups of dogs, and these two groups of dogs, they would both get electrocuted, but one group could get away if they jumped over a wall, and the other group, there was still a little wall they could jump over, but no matter what they did, they would still get electrocuted. So they'd done this, I don't know, maybe about 2 weeks or something. After those 2 weeks, instead of both groups being different, the first group would get electrocuted, but they could get away. Now the second group had the same thing, but after those two weeks, the dogs that can now get away and no longer get electrocuted, they would still stay there and they would not leave. So they got the scientists thinking, why didn't they leave even though they could get away from electrocution if they jumped over the wall? And it had to do that they had learned helplessness, that they didn't know how they can help themselves. And so the way that the scientists tried to get the dogs to help themselves is they had to physically pick them up and they had to move them. They had to move the dogs to the other side of the wall. And it didn't work once, they had to do it twice. 2 times to get the dogs to actually think for themselves and to push past that helplessness. And so in the video he starts talking about how that is something we have, that some people learn themselves. And really you have to just think about, you can figure out the solution, you don't have to go to someone else to get something done or to do something. You just have to think about it yourself, because I've seen it in lots of different peoples, and we all probably have a little bit in varied amounts of learned helplessness. So sometimes just figure out the problem yourself and do it, because you can't always count on people sometimes, because you know people are busy, different schedules. So you just have to do things yourself and continue learning and figure out the problem and do problem solving, because it's just part of learning. I certainly had that in the past, learned helplessness, and you know, over years or over time, I've just learned to, like, if I need to do something and just do it myself, or I go look it up online or just learn it, you know, and it's been really helpful. Like this, every year is kind of like a different step in things I'm doing that I'm like learning or changing about myself. So there's always like a theme each year or things like that. I don't know if you guys noticed that in yourselves, but that's kind of like a thing. If you want to check the video, it's in the description, and I'll put an annotation or whatever else to a card, you know, that new card feature. So you'll be able to check that video out and watch it, because it's been really helpful and it's pretty inspiring. You guys should check it out. In the video, that guy goes more in depth about it, so check it out. And I'm just giving you a small recap about that video. So thank you guys for watching. Just wanted to give you that video to encourage you and just to be helpful, to remember to not be helpless. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys around. See you guys. Bye.